moving like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground. Can't stay in one
Girls,
place.
guys and gamers, it's Nicky Lee here, and we're back to doing yet another episode of Subscriber Showcase. This episode we're joined by Brian from Entreprenot. So Brian, give us a little rundown of your channel.
Basically just a Let's Play channel. That's simple as that.
Cool, so your channel's quite new, but your content actually is quite, well, it's better than my content, let's be honest. You've got a really good like visual style towards your channel, like your thumbnails especially. You got a really good like actual logo / avatar going on. So have you had any previous experience with like graphic design or anything like that?
It's funny you mention that. I actually graduated this past May. I have a degree in graphic design.
See, it was a good thing I picked up on that. Go me!
Yeah. I decided to do a YouTube channel. I had obviously been watching for a while, but it seemed like something I'd be interested in getting into. After college, I really didn't have any new venture to attack and really sink my teeth into, and I figured YouTube was a viable place to start. People make a good living off it, so.
Well, that's the thing, I don't really see YouTube as somewhere. I don't really see myself as being as a popular YouTuber that would get good revenue from YouTube. I just see it as a thing that if I can make like a few people smile with my content, then that makes me happy doing so. Like, there's a person called Sean Hutchison, otherwise known as Hutch, on YouTube, and he is kind of my role model for YouTube. He is one very successful, but that's not what makes him a good role model. He is pretty much a very humble person, very intelligent, and his interaction with his audience is fantastic. I don't think anyone else on YouTube does the amount of interaction he does. He's just such a brilliant. If no one watches him, I'm gonna literally put an annotation. Just check out Hutch, he's amazing. But yeah, I don't really see myself as getting like so popular on YouTube that I get money from it. I just see it as, one, it's a good thing to interact with other gamers, and two, I enjoy the fact of recording, editing, and just interacting with everyone.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it. That's very interesting perspective. But it's true, most artists do just want to try to connect with somebody, and I figured YouTube would be a good place to start.
Well, it's best thing, like, majority of gaming now is online, so if you can find someone else you can play with, but also store those memories for, like, rather than having like a mental bank, you can actually have an online bank, and then other people can relate with that content with you. Like, even if they're not there, they can come along and laugh with you.
Right.
Cool, so looking at your content, like, you've only been around for a week or so, but like we've touched on, you've got really good content on there, better than mine, let's be honest. But you've only got you've only got really 4 videos, well, 4 different types of game you play at the moment. The first one being is Burnout Paradise, which is a game I love, absolutely love that game.
Yeah, no, it's good. I actually got started on that because I was younger. My friends and we used to play Burnout Revenge and just wreck cars all to hell.
Well, I prefer Burnout Paradise because is it done by, who's it done? Oh my god, this is racking my brain now. I can see the logo, it's the Pitbull. Is it Criterion? Because they made it open world. And
right.
Before it was like closed stage, and as soon as they made it open world, I was like, I love this game so much.
Yeah, no, it was a good step up for them.
So I want to see what their next stage towards Burnout is, because they haven't really touched on, I don't think they've done anything since Burnout Paradise. They've done like quite a few things for Need for Speed, but Burnout has just been left on the shelf since like 2008, I think. There's DLC, free DLC may I add, that comes out, but other than that, nothing really in the pipelines for Burnout.
Well, as you know, they introduced motorcycles into the game.
Yes, I love that.
Burnout Paradise, so maybe they'll see what they can do with that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they can just do a standalone games of motorbikes, because there's not many games out there apart from like the MotoGP games. So if they can make a purely a motorbike game, that would be quite interesting to play.
I do also like the aspect of crash as many cars as you can. With most racing games, it's basically about winning, but if you can knock everybody else out, then more power to you, right?
Yeah, I was trying to think, there's another game that did that. Split Second. Kind of done. I don't know if that was done by them. But yeah, you pretty much just race along and destroy stuff, but if you had enough power-ups, you know, like power 1, 2, 3, and depending on it, it will unleash some kind of effect on the actual stage itself, so you can either, like, debris will fall down, or a giant building will explode and it'll create a new course towards it. So that was a really weird game, but it didn't sell that well, unfortunately. It was kind of, like, Burnout done really well, but that one kind of just went towards the side and didn't really get touched, unfortunately.
Actually, I'm sure a lot of the viewers now are raging, but I'm looking at what I have as far as Burnout games, and it's been passed around as far as boosters go. You got EA on Revenge, and then you got Acclaim on the first one.
Well, I think I've played all of them. I even like the one on the PSP. I love Burnout. I don't think it was my favourite one. It probably is Paradise, but Burnout, I didn't really think I'd like Burnout 2, because it's kind of the same old. Oh, which one had the bloody... It's the first one that... I think actually was Burnout 2, that had the hot rod. Was it Burnout 1? I cannot remember. Oh, I'm gonna have to get out my PlayStation 1 and play these again.
Sure.
Literally, my nostalgia value towards games is beyond belief.
Yeah, I got you. I'm the same.
So what kind of races do you actually prefer? Do you prefer like the actual arcadey styles of Burnout Paradise, or do you prefer the kind of more strict games like Gran Turismo?
Oh no. I like the Burnout series, because like I said before, with any other racing game, it's just about passing people and winning. But if you just crash up a bunch of cars, then you know it adds a little bit of a danger element to it. Nice.
Cool. So looking at your channel as well, you've recently, well, I don't know if it's recently, but you've got Alice in Wonderland on there. Have you played the game before, or is it your first time playing it?
It was actually, this is my first playthrough in it.
How are you finding it?
Quite like it. Another thing I was going to add about the channel is, I know you probably get this a lot when you open up Steam and they have this huge sale and you buy a bunch of games, but then
yeah,
what do you do with them? So this was a way of getting me to actually play all the games that I had spent so much money on.
In my recent, Steam sale, I bought 29 games, I think. So yeah, I've got so many games I can play.
See, so you understand.
Yeah, you've got Rogue Legacy. That's one of the games I picked up. Which is a
fantastic,
brilliant game. I hate it so much because I get so close towards doing, like, get enough for an upgrade, and then I die stupidly, and I'm like, why?
I don't know if you're subscribed to Game Grumps.
I've had like 7 people I've subscribed to, very few people I subscribe to.
Oh, well, they recently started doing Rogue Legacy, and they were saying how many people were complaining that it was a bit of a grind. But it's challenging enough so that you keep going back, because you get more money, then you upgrade your character and continue on your quest. So
Well, that's the thing though, it's towards the viewer it might seem like a grind, but towards the gamer it's one of the most compelling things I've played in a long time, because you're like, oh my god, I have to get the next upgrade if I don't get enough money for that. And then when you lose, it's like the world crashes around you.
Right,
so
you try harder.
Yeah, it's one of those games that you just get addicted to. It's like, okay, next try. But then you're like, okay, I've wasted 4 hours and I've done nothing. Thank you. So I can understand the grind element towards it, but it's not like an MMO grind where you're grinding for, say, 40 hours just to get an item. It's a grind that though it's frustrating, it is enjoyable at the same time. Yeah,
it's really good.
And did you pick up Fez in the sale as well then?
Fez I actually bought as a standalone. I actually saw the movie Indie Game, the movie. If you ever
I
saw
have
it.
actually seen it. Everyone recommends it towards me, and I'm like, I haven't seen it. The only
Oh,
like
come on.
game. It's supposed to be fantastic, but yeah, I spend way too much time watching anime, so I don't have time for anything else.
Yeah, they highlight Fez and what else? Super Meat Boy and Brave.
Brave's really good. Super Meat Boy is really good. Fez is they're supposed to make a sequel, but the guy said no. But
No,
yeah, I've seen like clips of it, and it's mechanically and technically it's fantastic. It's just a game I just don't have time to play for, unfortunately.
Sure. Yeah, I quite like it a lot actually, just because of the aspect that they changing of perspective to get to your next goal.
So it starts off as a 2D platformer, but then once you reach like the cube thingy, then that's when the dimensions start changing, isn't it?
Yep. Like I said, you kind of break reality and everything changes in your world.
So what's the actual goal of that game? Why do you... I know you've got to collect these orbs to create another like cube, but what's the actual overall goal in that game?
Not very clear at the start as far as them telling you, but if I had to harbor a guess, it'd probably be that you broke this cube, so now you gotta fix it. That's probably completely wrong, but that's what I gathered. Because the giant cube that you walk into, he doesn't actually speak English or anything you can understand. So it's probably like, hey, how's it going? Don't press that. Boom, I'm dead now.
Cool. I might actually pick up. I'm not a big fan of platformers. Like I used to back in the day. Like, well, I say back in the day, there wasn't many other things apart from platformers back in like the SNES game.
Yeah,
SNES
let me interject for a second. I love how we as gamers use the term "back in the day" in the last 20 years. That's how we dictate it.
Well, it's something that from the UK we use it like pretty much for like the last week or so. So I was like, back in the day, like 2 years ago, I say it.
Right. Yeah.
But it's kind of more like a generation that we say it, like the generation of early gaming, like 16-bit, then goes on to like 3D, then to the modern era. I think that's why we use it so frequently now, because we can kind of separate ourselves from like the younger audience or the younger gamer generation, because they didn't experience. I kind of class the golden era of RPGs to be like late 80s through to about 1996. So that's what I call as a generation. Like when you got up to like Final Fantasy 8, Breath of Fire 3, like Grandia, all those kind of games, and after that it kind of trailed off towards more action games. So that's when I say like back in the day, I cast things like when things were good compared to RPGs now, which are generally rubbish.
Yeah, I agree that it's definitely a generational thing. There's an age element to it. People who are a bit older that are into games tend to like platformers more.
I mean, like I've been gaming since I'm 27. I've been playing games since I was 3, so I kind of grew up on the Commodore 64. So all the games on there pretty much were platformers because they were 2D side scrollers.
Right.
You didn't have anything. Well, actually, trying to think about it, was there anything apart from? Oh, there was like a really basic game that was called Clucks, and it pretty much was like Tetris, just with these weird blocks that slowly came down the screen.
Yeah.
I thought it was the fastest game in the world until I saw someone recently play on YouTube, and it's the slowest thing ever. It's like how our motion reactions actually have changed.
Yeah.
Like all those games, like if I went to play, did you ever play the original Tomb Raider?
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't want to see Lara Croft?
If you go back and play it now, because I hooked up my PS1 ages ago, I went, bugger it, I'm just going to play it again. I know the game off the back of my hand. It's like you're on the moon. You're running so slow, shooting, jumping. I was like, this game was never this slow. But it's just over time how we adapted towards the change in technology and changing the actual like mechanics. But we haven't actually really noticed it.
Exactly. It all goes back to what we call as fond memories of gaming.
But yeah, when we actually go back to it, it's like, this is not how I remember this game at all.
No.
Cool, so this is pretty much the time in the actual interview where we pretty much roll out 5 random questions. So, my first question for you is, being a new channel, actually I think we've actually touched up on this.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I'm going to scrap that one and come up with a new one. Okay, question 1. What is your favourite gaming memory?
Question 1.1. My favorite
Yeah.
gaming memory. Well, I really liked Ocarina of Time for the 64, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that playing on my dad's old IBM computer was probably my favorite gaming time.
That's pretty much what I mean. I've got so many like current games that spark fantastic memories, but there is a game on the Commodore 64 I completed when I was 3 called Flimbo's Quest. And the moment I completed that when I was 3, when my dad could not complete it, was like, Papa, thank you,
Yeah,
I'm a
of course.
gaming god. When you can beat your dad at the age of 3, 1, you're great, 2, your dad's an idiot. So yeah, it was
Oh,
great
whoa,
for me.
whoa, whoa. Let's not go pissing off anybody's dads now.
My dad.
Okay.
Question 2. Okay, I've got to make this one up now. If you could make one game, what game would it be? Like, if you could rewrite any game and make it better, what would it be?
Well, wait, what is it? Are we rewriting a game or are we creating
Yeah,
one
if
from
you rewrite
scratch?
a game that you absolutely hate and can make it better, what would it be?
I think that's a bit of a tough question. I'm sure there are the doc games that you could go to look at this, but wow.
I was through when I expanded your works, didn't I?
Little bit.
I can tell you my one if you want.
Sure. Let's go from that.
Resident Evil 4.
Never played it.
Resident Evil. I'm not a big fan of horror games, but Resident Evil, the first one, scared the hell out of me, and I continued playing because it was kind of like, I'm a big fan of what's a true adventure game. By that I mean stuff like Monkey Quest. I mean like Broken Sword, Monkey Island. Sorry. So all these I class as true adventure games, which are point and clicks, and you discover stuff and you solve puzzles. And that one was like the original Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 and Code Veronica. You found stuff, you put it somewhere. Like in the first one you had to find these like medallion things, and one of them was inside an actual book that you had in inventory, which took me a week to figure out what the hell it was, because back then we didn't have the internet and not many of my friends had
Back in
it,
the
so-
day, right?
Yeah, back in the day when there was no internet.
Right.
So you had to figure out all these things by yourself, or you looked in the back of your games magazine. Hopefully someone else has got the strategy guide for it. But yeah, when it went to Resident Evil 4, it was just a third-person shooter, and I was going, there is no scary element of this. There's no real. You can't really explore the areas like you used to, and it was just such. Though it's a good third-person shooter, it's a horrible Resident Evil. And from that, you went into Resident Evil 5, which is rubbish. Resident Evil 6 is even worse. So yeah, I would rewrite Resident Evil 4. Therefore, the rest of them would have been good.
Yeah. I think I forgot one. It's off the top of my head. I would recreate Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
I liked the fighting style of it, but the storyline of that game was horrible.
Well, there were so many elements of it that were lacking. For instance, the character creation. You were so limited in what you could do. I mean, granted, you could make whatever you wanted, but it felt clunky to me.
Have you played the new Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, no, that one's fantastic. Actually, I bought what was the?
Is it a complete version for Steam?
Yeah, Injustice actually.
Oh, you've yet to get that.
Oh, that's fantastic. If you like the last Mortal Kombat game, then Justice is the way to go. They actually, since it was made by NetherRealm, the guys who did Mortal Kombat anyway, they threw Scorpion in just to be fun.
Yeah, I've seen lots of people playing. I just wanted to come to Steam, but yeah, 'cause my brother's got it for the PlayStation 3. I was like, I really want to play it, but I want it for Steam. Hopefully they will, because a lot more games are slowly coming towards Steam. We've had King of Fighters come up recently, which I'm actually really tempted to get. So I used to play 4, 5, 7 and 8, and I actually had 12, which I was pretty good at. We've got Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter X Tekken, and what else? Is that it? But yeah, if Injustice came across, I think it would sell quite well. Not in the fact is it a fighting game, which is Steam is lacking, but it's also got the brand, so I think that would do really, really, really well.
Right.
Right. When did you first start playing games?
I would say the early 90s. My parents had an NES, which I gotten into, and like I said before, my dad had the old IBM computer. Then for Christmas, I believe it was mid to late 90s, I got an N64 for Christmas.
Wow, that's a big old jump there. I went from, what did I went from? I did quite a big jump for me as well. I went from Commodore 64 to, what did I went from? Commodore 64 to, I missed SNES, then I went straight to SNES, then I went from SNES to, what do we have? SNES to PlayStation, then we had a PlayStation and an N64. We had a N64 to a PS2, PS2 to a Dreamcast, Dreamcast to a Xbox, Xbox to a PS3, PS3 to Xbox 360, then I built my PC.
Yeah, I actually built my first PC this past couple months, actually.
Oh, I love my PC. My brother's just, yeah, my brother just built his one now. He's like, it's pretty much what's left over from my old PC.
Right.
Okay, random question. Question 4. You seem like a pretty laid-back individual, especially in your commentaries, and even like now, everyone else here quite agree that you're quite a chilled person compared to me, who shouts a lot.
Hello.
Have you ever raged or got angry during a game?
Well, we've all had moments of rage, sure. I tend not to really express it, because it's whenever I see somebody rage on a game, it almost seems, I guess with the exception of Rage Quit on Achievement Hunter, but whenever I see somebody rage on a game, it almost seems like a wasted emotion.
That's quite a bold statement.
Well, a little bit when you think about it. Like you're getting mad at a video screen because you didn't press the button correctly or something happened that didn't go your way.
So you're saying my lack of skill is the problem here? I don't think so. No.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
I rate stuff like if there's bad glitches, like recently, or just bad mechanics and bad AI, that really annoys me. If
it comes
like
with
that,
the territory.
What was it? Call of Duty World at War. I was going for Platinum Trophy on PS3, and I'd done the whole stage perfectly, and then the AI that I was pretty much protecting and escorted the whole stage got stuck on the sandbags. I completed the whole mission, and I had to go back towards the start to figure out the AI had got stuck, and I was like, for God's sake, why can't this person just help me? It's taken me 2 hours to complete the stage. So yeah, I rage at stuff like that. I don't really rage at stuff during games unless it's me doing really, really bad. Like, if you've ever seen any of my Call of Duty videos, I actually congratulate people if it's a good kill. So I try my best to do that, but I don't rage that often. So question 5, what one YouTuber would you love to do a collaboration with if he was given the opportunity?
To be honest, right now I have my sights on Sips, because I have an idea I'd like to pitch to him.
He'll be the one person that either Sips or Hutch, because Hutch is such a big influence on me, but Sips just makes me laugh and cry so much that I would absolutely love to do it. One with him.
So I'll take this opportunity. Sips, if you're watching, come on, let's do some stuff. Let's go, come on.
If he is, I'll be 1, super excited because Sips watch my videos, but 2, extremely surprised as well.
Well, he seems like a pretty laid-back guy.
But he hasn't heard of me. If he has, hello Sips,
come
hello!
On. YouTube fame is nothing like Hollywood fame. These people, you can just talk to them.
Well, the thing, my friend went to Insomnia and just talked to Sips while he was drinking cider, which was pretty funny.
See?
But yeah, there's a lot of people who take YouTube towards their head. One of them is, a lot of you guys might actually dislike me for saying this. There's a person called KSI. Don't know if you heard of him.
I have, yeah. I'm not subscribed, but I checked out a few of his videos. There was one he did. I won't get into it.
He was doing the world record on Geek Week, and he was just extremely obnoxious towards the host and the actual representatives from Guinness and World Records. And I was like, all the rest of the people are just being genuine people, but you are just being so obnoxious. And that's purely because he's got like maybe over 3 million people now, and it's just, I don't know, I just really don't like that kind of person.
No, I gotcha. There's definitely an element of how do I put this? Big-headedry that some YouTubers get.
Yeah,
with themselves.
It's just being pompous because they are popular.
Right.
Like, there's people I like is like Total Biscuit. Yes, he's only got like, I say only, he's got 1 million and so subscribers, but
yeah, that's not too many. I've only got like what, 3? Yeah, no, that's fine.
But
I'm pretty close.
From the get-go, he's been a very cynical person. He's very clean-cut like myself with review and stuff, and yes, he can be quite direct with people, but he also thanks everyone and tries to respond to as many people as possible. So like people like that, PewDiePie, even though he's got loads and loads and loads of subscribers, he tries to do as many Q&As as possible and tries to do as many live streams as possible just to get in touch with his audience.
Yeah.
Whereas other people are just like, oh, just go away, I can't deal with your pompousness. Yeah, so I think that kind of rounds up a rant from both of us.
Of course,
mainly me.
I kind of trailed off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, that kind of wraps up the 5 questions. So, what's the plans for your channels in like the upcoming weeks to a month?
Well, I'm toying around with a few ideas. I'm in the process of building a few custom Minecraft adventure maps, and I'm doing some interesting stuff with new Splinter Cell game. So let's see if I can get that up and going.
Cool. I was actually wondering because you like a lot of people like myself. My channel is quite well known for just being a Minecraft pretty much channel. It does have other games included in there, but people mainly come towards my channel to watch The Big Dig. And going to yours is like, wow, it's like the first channel I've seen that doesn't have Minecraft on it. Congrats.
Well, I'm gonna integrate it in there, but it's not gonna be the main focus, because then that's all they're known for. Like I said earlier in the interview, what I'd like to do is every day is going to be designated to a certain game type rather than a game, and then every day you get, get like Alice or whatever I decide I'm gonna play through all the way.
So yeah, if you like, I'm gonna have an area in my world on Big Dig. There's a plane going over which is very loud. Pretty much I'm gonna be letting people who's come on either to help out on the actual series or be featured in my subscriber section, which this is, to come on and actually build up a residential area, so you'll actually be able to go on there and build your own house.
Nice.
So when people come around, like I'm going to do open lobbies now and then, so live streaming, so people can come around and actually explore the creation that you've done on there. So
you're gonna walk people around and be like, here on your left you'll see the Entreprenot.
I'll be on there building the place up, but I will not be. You can literally label it up as much as you want, but yeah, I'll literally just let people walk around and explore what the hell I've been doing over these last couple of weeks. Big glowstone letters.
That's what I'm gonna do. No.
But yeah, so if you're up for that, that's completely cool. Like if you're if you're a Minecraft, that's perfect. Like I've got Sunrise at Sunset, I've got Duck Plays, and I've got someone else. Who was it? Eska Games. That's the last person I've done subscriber showcase with. He'll be on there as well. So you're completely welcome to jump on there and build a house when I've got that section up and running. Cool. So I think that wraps up this episode of Subscriber Showcase. So thank you very much, Entreprenot Brian, for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You won't be saying that later on. You won't be saying that. But yeah, so thank you very much, guys, for watching us. I'll be putting an annotation in here to go check out Entreprenot's channel. Have you got anything like a Twitter, or do you have something like a Twitch so people come watch you for live stream?
I have a Twitter up. Actually,
cool.
Somebody, believe it or not, somebody stole Entreprenot. So right now it's at the _ Entreprenot.
Cool. So is that on your channel by any chance?
Yes, every single video.
Cool. So I'll be linking that in the description as well, and go check out Entreprenot's channel. Like I said, the actual fidelity of the quality is technically better than mine. The and the actual quantity isn't as high, but he's only been doing it for a week, and you've got like 12, 14 episodes already. So there's plenty of stuff for you to watch, and got a good variety compared to me. So yeah, definitely go check out his channel, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.